what's up, y'all? I'm back. We did fine throughout the hurricanes. Maybe I'll talk about that later, but that'll be at the end of the video. Right now, I just want to jump into the UFC 308 predictions. Ilya Topuria versus fucking Max Holloway. The Blessed Express. It is what it is, man. You gonna find out. October 26th. I'm gonna skip a couple of these because I don't particularly give a fuck. So we're gonna skip this because UFC couldn't be bothered to put like silhouettes here, except for what looks like a balding silhouette of Michael Chandler and fucking Dave Batista versus a Russian. So we'll pick Turkey and Russia against fucking bald Michael Chandler and Dave Batista. I don't really give a fuck about Bruno Silva. We'll pick the Morocco fighter. We're gonna go with Victor Hugo because Brazil, and he's got a nice mustache. Now, when I initially sat down and like looked at all the fights and decided like I was gonna skip a bunch of these fights, I like had a whole tirade I wanted to go on about the fucking Tafa bloodline and Junior Tafa being the fucking bum, and then just gonna take my fucking frustration out on fucking Justin Tafa. But we seem to have Kennedy. I'm not even going to try to pronounce the last name. Well, we're going to call him Mr. Kennedy, respectfully, because I'd rather just say Mr. Kennedy so I can go, Mr. Kennedy, and not butcher his last name, versus Chris the Blob Boy Barnett. I don't know what happened with fucking Justin Tafa. I don't know if he pulled out. I don't know why we're getting this fight instead. This looks like a light heavyweight versus like just someone I would see at my local McDonald's if my girlfriend wants to get like French fries or some shit while we're out and about. I don't see this going well for him. Maybe he's gonna knock him out in round one. That's usually a lot of how heavyweight fights go. I don't particularly see that happening. I don't know shit about this fighter. I'm picking Kennedy here. I can just go on a tirade about fucking Chris Barnett, about his coaches leading him in with like one Taco Bell burrito at a time, or whatever the fuck you want to have in your imagination. I'm not going to. It's low-hanging fruit. I also don't want to be mean about a professional fighter more than I'm already being. We're going with Mr. Kennedy because he's going to win by just athletics. Probably going to go to round two and like still have cardio, and Chris Barnett's going to be fucking heavily breathing. This looks like an Abu Dhabi fight. Let's see what the stats look like. Yeah, we're gonna go with Bruno Ferreira. It's like a significant strikes. Okay, grappler. Maybe he wrestle fucks. Good takedown defense. 100% takedown defense. Okay. Either way, I'm gonna go with Bruno Ferreira. It's gonna be a night for Brazilians. That's how I'm feeling. This fight interests me. Said Nurmagomedov versus Daniel Santos. Now, here's the thing that I find interesting about Said. He's like the only Nurmagomedov, to my knowledge, with any L. Or by any L's, like at least more than one, because I know that Islam isn't a Nurmagomedov, but he trains with all the Dagestanis and shit, and like he's only got one L from like way back when. Said's got a recent loss, if I'm not mistaken. If I could fucking get this to pop up. Yeah, he lost to fucking Jonathan Martinez last year. Okay, wow. It's strange to me as an MMA fan to see a Nurmagomedov with any losses, more than one loss, in the UFC, still active, not really the craziest record, here competing, and not just getting like Dana White privilege, because a lot of maybe not Dana White privilege, a lot of them are really fucking good. The thing is I'm not even picking this because I could technically view him weaker than the other Dagestani fucking fighters. I'm gonna pick Daniel Santos, because the thing is while I'm saying he's got an L for the Nurmagomedovs and shit, more than one, he's beatable by someone that's already been beaten by better fighters. This is a blonde Brazilian. I don't know if y'all know off the top of your head a blonde Brazilian, but if you don't, fucking Charles Oliveira. And Charles Oliveira is like 35 now, so he's gonna be aging out here relatively soon. So we are in need of another blonde Brazilian to go up to superstardom, and I think beating a Nurmagomedov might just do that for Daniel Santos. I don't really know much about Daniel Santos' fights. I haven't seen a whole lot of them. There's way too many fights I either need to catch up on or need to watch, and I just haven't gotten around to checking his out yet. But I'm gonna put my faith in you, Santos. You can become the Dagestani hunter I'm trusting you to be. The UFC script writers are saying we need another blonde Brazilian to ascend to the throne. since Charles is, again, 35 now, as of October. The obstacle of a Nurmagomedov can allow him to join the prime arcs of the blonde Brazilians. I think he's going to do something that's going to make us all become fans. Even if it's a boring fight and he just gets a win, I think most of the people are going to start circle jerking him because he beat a Russian. We got Mateusz Rebecki of Poland versus a fellow fucking ore merchant like our friend fucking Shavkat. I'm gonna pick the ore merchant. I don't think this is going to be the fight that makes him lose his aura. He's coming in with a height advantage, he's coming in with reach, he's coming in with leg reach. And let's look at strikes. Not a whole lot of strikes thrown. He lands about half though. That's pretty cool. Oh wait, is this like his first fight in the UFC or some shit? Am I like valid for not knowing this dude? He seems to be the current favorite. I'm gonna go with the Oro merchant. I don't know how the fuck to pronounce his name. We'll just say Oro for now. We'll say Oro for now. We're gonna go with Mr. Oro. That's a fucking tongue twister. Okay, Mr. Oro. Jeff Neal versus Rafael dos Anjos. A fan favorite, perpetual gatekeeper that's been on 2 losses versus a former UFC champion and respected old head. I have no idea who the fuck I should pick here, and the script writers aren't letting me in on this one. My official guess is going to be Jeff Neal. He's not 35. His losses, in my opinion, are aging better than RDA's most recent L's. No disrespect to RDA. Prime v Prime, I would pick RDA here to run Jeff's pockets, but Jeff being in his prime still and with wins over Bilal Muhammad, Mike Perry, and someone that RDA more recently lost to in the form of Vicente Luque, I just think Jeff Neal is going to get it done. How, I'm not sure, since RDA isn't very chinny and I don't see him getting submitted. More than likely this will run the course unless RDA's chin decides to randomly crack, which again, I don't think is going to happen. Alright, next up, this is just a straight up fucking Muay Thai fight in an octagon. I'm fucking excited for this fight. It's gonna be Shar versus fucking Arman. I'm fucking hyped as shit for this fight. I'm fucking hyped. I get to see 2 Russian Muay Thai practitioners, one being a Dagestani Russian, another being a master fucking sport in Muay Thai, go and beat the shit out of each other. If I'm going based off rank, I should probably go with Arman. If I'm going off of who I think is going to win, I'm going to go with Shara. Obviously, these guys have a lot of KOs and TKOs, and their numbers aren't too different here, and the odds of seeing grappling in this fight are pretty fucking low. I'm picking Shara. I think this dude's fucking spooky as shit to see. Arman's lost a few here. You know, as a Muay Thai practitioner, I'm excited to see this. I was excited to see Khalil versus fucking Alex back when people were shitting on it, myself included, because Ankalaev should have been the one to be fighting him. I'll get into that later. I like seeing people stand and bang in the cage. I want to see them fucking beat the shit out of each other. I want to see them clinch and fucking knee strike each other back into the fucking fence. I want to see them fucking nail into each other. I want to see lots of knees and elbows in the clinch. I want to see the clinch work. There's definitely going to be some clinch work here. There's going to be a lot of knees and elbows, and this is going to be fucking brutal. I don't see this fight sucking. I have, like, the most hype for this fight. Now, in my head, I'm going back and forth because Arman's a gold medalist in Muay Thai, and Shar doesn't have those credentials. But I'm buying into the Shara hype. I can't really levy the reasons I think Shara is going to win. I don't know if this is going to go TKO. I don't know if this is going to go KO. I don't know if this is going to go to the decision. I don't know if anyone's going to crack here. We're going to have to sit back and enjoy the ride. If I'm wrong on this one, I'll take the L. Either way, I think this is going to be a fun fight, and I think this is going to be a fun fight to open the main card. Now that I've hyped up and circle jerked the Russians, it's time to be a hater. Magomed versus Rakic. I've even said a bunch of times in the past and just now, I think he should have been the one fighting Alex. That doesn't mean I didn't enjoy the Khalil fight. I watched that fight with my editor, with our friends. My fiance watched it with me. My girlfriend got fucking visibly disgusted when, like, Khalil started talking and the blood started drooping from the nose. It was fucking awesome. I fucking loved it. That fight was fucking awesome. And Khalil was a fucking trooper. He did not give up. And even when he started getting fucking knocked around, dude, he just, like, kept his fucking hands up, kept blocking until that last fucking liver blow, dude. Then he fucking, like, crumbled like fucking wet paper into the canvas. But man, it is just nothing but respect. I don't even think I could have taken half the beating he took there. That's just, whew, that is brutal, dude. That doesn't mean that it was okay for Magomed to get passed on. The dude's like beat fucking, off the top of my head, I think like fucking 30 people in like the top 5. He should have gotten the fight. I understand he passed a couple of times on the fight for like fasting period during Ramadan. I don't care. You know what? Fuck it. I'm picking Alexander Rakic. I think Magomed Ankalaev is stylistically a nightmare for Pereira, and I think he might win. I might pick him, even though every time I pick Pereira to lose, he miraculously knocks people out in fucking round 1. I think Magomed would win. But this isn't that fight. I think if we're going based off of MMA math and styles, Magomed should beat Alexander Rakic, but I'm not basing it off of that. I'm saying that I don't want Alex Pereira to lose his belt. I don't want Magomed to take the belt off of him, and I'm not trying to talk shit about Magomed. I just want Alex Pereira to keep the belt. I want to keep saying Chama. I want to keep saying Chama, and the casuals understand what I say. I want to look at my fiance. I want to keep saying Chama. I want her to understand what I'm saying. If I'm worried that if Alex Pereira loses the belt, my fiance is going to forget who Alex Pereira is in like 2 months, and every time I say Chama, she's going to look at me like I'm fucking stupid. I just want to keep saying Chama. That's it. That's the whole reason. For that reason, not only am I picking Alexander Rakic, I'm going to give him a brain cell. I'm going to give him a chromosome to borrow so he can absorb more fucking chin damage, because he's getting this fight after fucking getting TKO'd by Yuri Prochazka. I want him to do it. He is the last bastion of hope before Magomed inevitably gets the fucking fight with Alex Pereira. If he beats fucking Magomed, he's back at the line. He's not getting the title shot because the UFC doesn't want to give it to him anyways. Please, end the discussion. Alexander Rakic, I prayed on your downfall, man. When you told Yuri he wasn't a samurai, I prayed on your downfall. Every time Yuri fought Alex, even though I keep saying Chama, every time I keep being fucking annoying with it, in real life with my fucking fiance, I don't think I'm as annoying about it. I just want to keep fucking saying Chama. I need Alexander Rakic to live his destiny. I need him to come close to fighting Alex Pereira. I need him to beat the second boogeyman to the light heavyweight division and the boogeyman of the boogeyman. Please, just fucking end it. Beat him. Please. Dear God. I'm giving you a chromosome. You're gonna make me 10% more fucking stupid if you get knocked out. Don't fucking get knocked out. Don't get TKO'd. Win this fight. I don't hate Magomed. I know it's gonna be a good fight regardless. I know that even if he wins, it's going to be a good fight against Pereira, even if I think he's going to lose. I don't dislike Magomed. I just don't like the way he carries himself, and I want to keep saying Chama. I'm sorry, Magomed. I am kind of preying on your downfall. You can lose this and then win the next 10 fights. Let me have this. I know I can be a poetard even if he doesn't have the belt, but it's funny while he has the belt. I know I'm asking you to take on the Dagestani striker. I know people say Dagestani strikers aren't real. It's real. You're about to be fighting him. Don't get finished. Don't get fucking taken. Stand up. Bang. Knock him out. Survive. Win a decision. I don't care. You're in Abu Dhabi, so you probably need TKO. Do your best. Catch him with an elbow, knee up the middle. I don't care what combination you hit. Just fucking finish it. Be the roadblock. Please. I fucking beseech you. If anybody knows this man in real life, I'm gonna need you to give him his space while he trains for the fight of his life. Let him do this. Let me cope. Let him fucking train. If you have the Xbox controller, give him the Xbox controller so he can fucking play UFC 4 or 5. If you're at the gym, don't fucking bother this man when his headphones are on or when he's talking to his coach. Let this man fucking work. I need him to win and then go on and fight Alex Pereira and get knocked out again, because I don't want Alexander Rakic to take the belt. I don't know who I want to take the belt. I think I want Yuri to take the belt, but that's not going to happen. So I need somebody else to take the belt. Or you can take the belt off him like in a fight or two and then like lose it to Yuri. That actually sounds better. Alright, now that I've ranted, now it's time for Lerone Murphy versus Dan Ige. Call me Anthony, because on paper there's no reason for me that I'm seeing for me to pick Dan Ige over Lerone Murphy. I'm going with Lerone here. I know this is nowhere near as much to say as I had to say over Magomed versus fucking Rakic, but I don't really give a fuck about Dan Ige. I'm not well acquainted with all of his fights. I just don't see Dan Ige winning this unless it's a random parlay breaker. The script writers decided that someone's making too much money and needed to end. Robert Whittaker versus Khamzat Chimaev. Fuck me. This one is gonna hurt no matter what. I fucking love Whittaker, man. And I love Chimaev when he fights. I'm so torn between this one. My heart wants to go with Whittaker, but my brain and gut make me want to go with Chimaev, especially because we're going to be in Saudi Arabia. I'm already lending Rakic my brain cells, so I can't lend them to Whittaker. I know Whittaker is one of the best middleweights ever, and a fucking frightening man. He does constantly say he makes people that like fighting hate fighting, but I don't see him chinning Chimaev. I can't look at Whittaker's record and be like, yeah, Whittaker's gonna chin him because he's chinned like one person. They're fun decisions, don't get me wrong, but they're still a decision. But the thing is even though he goes to decision, I don't think he's gonna get the win, because if there's ever gonna be a fight where a robbery happens on an Abu Dhabi card, it's gonna be this card against Khamzat, because let's say like best case scenario for Whittaker, assuming he doesn't knock out Chimaev. It's a possibility he could knock out or submit Chimaev. I don't think it's going to happen, but it's a possibility that could happen. Let's say best case scenario, Khamzat gets his round 1 explosion and mauls Robert Whittaker in round 1, and then round 2 and 3 he wins. It's Abu Dhabi. I don't see the judges not giving it to Khamzat. I don't know why I keep saying that. I'm having a goddamn stroke. It's because I'm letting Rakic my brain cells right now. Yeah, I just think this is gonna go a full 3 rounds. Whittaker probably more than likely gonna lose round 1 at the very least. But Whittaker is a survivor and he can cruise for those decisions. I'm just skeptical of what the decision's gonna be. The more I think about this, the more I want to just blurt out Robert Whittaker, because I don't want to see Robert Whittaker lose, and I'm a huge fucking Robert Whittaker fan. I love watching him fight. I like that he went out of his way to specifically request for Khamzat to come and fight him. He wants the boogeyman so he can be the boogeyman. I respect it. Bobby Violence has the mentality of if he goes to jail, he's just gonna fuck up the biggest dude he sees, so everybody gets in line. I like Robert Whittaker. I fucking love Bobby Knuckles. I love Robert Violence, Bobby Violence. I fucking love him. I may regret it, but I think I'm gonna pick Khamzat. I don't think he's gonna get chinned. I think he's got a better chance of finishing Whittaker in round 1 than Whittaker has of finishing him throughout the fight. I'm not saying Whittaker won't win the fight, in the people's eyes, because I can see Whittaker easily cruising through the 3 rounds, piecing him up at least in the last 2 rounds. But I just don't see the judges giving it to him, man. I feel like this is going to be the main robbery on the card if there's a robbery. It's an Abu Dhabi card, so it's possible. I just don't see an outcome where Robert Whittaker wins. I think he's fighting an uphill battle here. I struggle to even say I hope Robert Whittaker wins, because I'm circle jerking Robert Whittaker. But I fucking like Khamzat too. Come on, guys, I smash and kill everybody. I like Khamzat. Brother, I don't care. I smash. He has the same mentality as Robert Whittaker. I don't care what you say. Fight me. That is Khamzat. I like Khamzat. I like these guys. These are 2 nice guys. But then when they're in doing their job, they just want to fuck people up, and I respect it. Fuck. I just hope the judging's not shit, dude. But my official pick's gonna be Khamzat. I'm sorry, Robert Whittaker. Please, if you ever see this, don't hold this against me. I want to be wrong here. I also don't, because I like Khamzat. I like both of these guys. I really like both of these guys. I'm a fan of both of these guys. It hurts having to pick between the 2 of them. This is going to be fucking fun, though. This is going to be fun, or it's going to be a really fun first round to watch, and then every round after is going to be fucking just Robert Whittaker mauling Khamzat. Alright, and now we got Ilia Topuria, the fucking Volkanovski slayer that I say reluctantly because of the Islam KO, but I'm not saying that to take it away from Ilya. Islam did it first. I'm not saying that because I think Volk's compromised. It's very well possible he could have been, but I don't know that. I see that overhand that he threw and caught fucking Volkanovski with, and I think that would put most fighters down. Would that put Max Holloway down? I don't know. It is what it is. You know what I'm saying? My fiance said that this morning, and like, I don't think she understood that was Max Holloway. I started going, we gonna find out on the 26th. She didn't know what I was talking about. I'm like, babe, it's Max Holloway. But she knew who Max Holloway was. To my fiance's credit, my fiance knew who fucking Max Holloway was. She does remember UFC 300. She only watches like the main cards with me. I get really hyped and we have giant watch parties with the gang. Out of all the fights we've watched, this is the fight she remembers: Max Holloway versus Justin Gaethje. The Georgian plot armor versus the Blessed Express. I am torn between this one. I know it's popular to hate on Ilya, but I like Ilya. I ended up becoming a fan of Ilya around the time of his fight with Volk, even though I was rooting for Volk. I watched the fight with a group of my friends and my buddy that I watch every fight with. His name's Morningstar. Morningstar's jaw and gut dropped to the ground when we saw Volk get KO'd by Ilya, and we proceeded to watch the commentary team talk. We were just silent. We didn't say a word. Morningstar and we just didn't say anything. We were just quiet. It's like when you wake up in the morning and you see like some fucked up shit immediately right outside your door. Like, it would have to be what I would assume waking up to the apocalypse would be like, is how we felt when we saw Volkanovski get KO'd. If I'm being less dramatic, it had to have been how people felt when they saw Jose Aldo get knocked out by fucking Conor McGregor. It sucked a lot. We stayed up, watched it. We were hyped for the Volkanovski card. We were hyped as shit, rooting for our boy. Our whole energy got killed. Our whole energy died. And it's not because we hate Ilya. At least I don't. I don't know about Morningstar. We haven't really talked about Ilya. I haven't been around in the Discord to talk with him about his thoughts on this card. Maybe I'll do that later. But I digress. After we watched all that, we left the Discord call. None of us said goodnight. None of us said anything. We all just kind of left and went to sleep. Ilya made us depressed that night. However, either before the fight or a little bit after, I don't remember the timeline of things, another YouTuber named Lionel Rivera released a documentary soon after about Ilya that I watched, and getting more insight on him from there helped me better understand and empathize with him. It doesn't dull the pain of seeing Volk lose, but at least made the pill easier to swallow, and it was a respectable knockout. It makes me sad seeing Volk lose, but I don't hate him. For Max, this dude does good in fights people doubt him in. Every time people doubt him, he usually finds a way to turn any fight into a war. Max will be ready to go chrome for chrome with Ilya, but if Ilya catches Max with a shot like he did Volk, I don't see that going well. Even if he doesn't KO him, fuck dude, I don't want to see Max lose, but I just don't see Ilya losing here. I don't know how he wins here, and I don't want to predict KO because statistically I can't pick KO. Because like Max like has one knockdown on his side of things in like the UFC history, and he's arguably in like the top 10 boxers in UFC. I just don't see him getting caught like that. Like, y'all remember that Brian Ortega fight? I picked Brian Ortega in the last card, but like I'm a rag on him a little bit here. Fucking Max Holloway piecing him up, giving him a whole 3-piece in a soda, and like he's like stopping mid-fight to teach fucking Brian Ortega how to box because he wants to fuck him up like in like a fair way. He doesn't want like a free win. Max is just fucking good. We here got ourselves a conundrum because Ilya is fucking good. We can't shit on Ilya. He has proved himself again. Yeah, he went to a decision, I think, with fucking Josh Emmett. Josh Emmett's fucking tough too. Y'all remember he made Bryce Mitchell have a fucking seizure. I know Max Holloway also has more impressive wins. The fucking stand and bang at UFC 300. His whole trilogy with fucking Volk that he lost. Even if he was up one fight like unofficially, Max been around the block. I don't know who the fuck I want to pick here. No matter who I say, if I say Ilya, if I say Max, I feel like I'm picking the wrong motherfucker. I know Max struggles with shorter opponents, but like Ilya kind of stands a little blocky too. He stands in a way that's a little easier to pick him up, and Max is really good with his stance switch now. I'm not sure. Fuck man, I don't want to not pick Max, but like I genuinely think Ilya's gonna win here, and I got beef with him too, going after like fucking Bilal and shit. Ilya picking beef with everybody. I think Ilya's gonna win. I hope I'm wrong. If I'm gonna be wrong on any pick, I hope I'm wrong on this one. But that's not because I dislike Ilya. I just like circle jerked Ilya. It's just I don't want to see Max lose. I want to see his floral shirts. Like, the best way I can describe Max Holloway is back when UFC 300 was going on. Morningstar and I are in a bunch of MMA group posts, and like everybody was ragging on UFC 300, and then that card happened, and it was a banger. And for like the whole like month or two leading up to that card, we were saying that that card was going to be a fucking banger amongst our friend group, and then it happened, and our friends like lost their fucking mind watching the fight card. We felt so fucking vindicated, and the best way we could describe it is people are fucking stupid for not thinking that the fucking Michael Myers of the lightweight division versus the fucking Hawaiian shirt wearing dad isn't gonna be a fun fucking fight. And this one's just gonna be Georgian plot armor versus Hawaiian shirt dude. I'm picking Georgian plot armor though, and this hurts as a Hawaiian shirt wearer. I'm picking Ilya. I'm sorry, Max. Prove me wrong, dude. If anyone can, it's definitely you. I want to see you do your little 300 strut, going like, come on, motherfucker. Like, go on and do it. Go on and do it. I need you to prove me wrong here. I want to be wrong, please. I wish I could be as confident as Bedtime MMA and pick you. I respectfully think Ilya's gonna win here. I don't know how. I don't think he's going to knock you out, because when it comes to straight striking, I think Max Holloway is better. I'm going with Ilya, though. With all that being said, those are my official picks for UFC 308. Even though I don't really want to be wrong, like, in the grand scheme of things, because I'm predicting content, I'm hoping I'm wrong on the main event. And I'm having an internal monologue here with myself if Rakic really should have been the one to get my brain cells, when I also really want to see Whitaker or Max win. But these are the lines in the sand for this pay-per-view. For anyone still watching, I just want to take a moment and say thank you. It's been a really long fucking month for me, and it feels good to be back and making content and working. I appreciate all the support, and it really means the most to me. Whether I make videos for one person or hopefully down the line more people, if the Concord video I posted tells anything, I do intend on doing more than just MMA content. But regardless of how things go, I want to cover the sport, and we'll keep trying to make content. I have a few other things in the work right now, and stay tuned. If a podcast is of any interest to anyone, whoever may click on this video, working on the details, but my editor and I decided to start one. We did one episode so far with the last hurricane in our area, or before the last hurricane in our area, but we're planning on working on one again soon. Keep y'all posted on that. Expect some more smaller videos while I work on bigger videos, but I'll do my best to keep everyone posted. For now, thanks for watching, and if I sound depressed, it's because I really don't want to see Max lose, and I'm not predicting a KO on Max because I'm not manifesting that. In my 307 predictions, I mentioned I don't want to predict Stephen Thompson KO, but that happened against Buckley, and that made me sad. I'm hoping this isn't a repeat. Yeah, depression. Anyways, for now, thanks for watching. Until next time, ciao.